Alright, so we are going to start with the repair of this MacBook screen. As you can see, the screen is broken, it won't power on, no image at all. So we have the new one is going to be here. We have the new screen over here already. So we're going to start doing that. Hopefully we can get it up and running. And let's start with this one. Alright, so one main thing, we have to disconnect the battery. That's one of the important things, and especially with Mac, you will have to have a good set of screwdrivers because the size of each screw is going to change. Okay, so keep that in mind. Especially with Apple products, you have to have different screws. In this case, like me, I have this. I use this for Mac products. So you have to be aware of that. Like I see, I have 3 different sizes here, and some of them work on some screws, some of them won't work on some of them. So let's get this going. First things first, we need to remove the battery. Disconnect the battery, and always keep in mind that we have to keep track of our screws. Okay, alright, so we're gonna disconnect this one right here, and as you can see, the battery connector is gonna be under here, so we need to remove this one over here. Alright, let me grab my tweezers. As you can see, the computer is power on, the fans are spinning. So before we do anything, we need to disconnect the battery. This one right here. And that one, I believe, is a Phillips screwdriver. Yeah, it's not. Oh, it's a star shape as well. So this connector is the battery connector right here. We lift it a little bit so we know we are safe to work. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Now we are going to start. We need to remove all these screws right here, and like I said, we're gonna have to use this one. We start with this one over here. Alright, so now we keep track of our screws always. Now we want to remove these ones right here. These are like the little brackets right here. And again, just keep track of your screws, put everything together, organized. Let me disconnect. Alright, I'm gonna disconnect this sensor over here. This one, depending where you get the screen from, the sensor will be in the screen itself, so you don't have to replace it. You can keep the original here or you can replace it as well. It's up to you. Alright, so we want to keep, we're going to remove this little bracket. And the way I'm working, I have the screen open. It's like this way. Okay, this bracket is not coming off. Let me see if I can get it with the tweezers. I think I have to get this first right here. So, oops. Let's get this one over here. It's like a little cover for the hinges. Okay, we keep the screws there, and this one won't come off either because I think we need to remove that. So we want to remove all these screws over here, and this one right here is where the screen connectors are. So we're going to start with all these screws right here. Make sure to keep them organized because you're going to have to put them back again. So one right there. We start with that one, and then we go with those little ones right here. All these little ones need to come off. So you can see these are different. This is a different size, and I just lost a screw in there. Careful not to lose them. They're very tiny, very small ones. So always try to keep track of them. All of the screws to make sure you put them back in the exact same place because you don't want to lose them. You don't want to, or mix them, put them in the wrong place. So we put that one in there. And we have one more over here. Good. I'm gonna remove these two right here. So the screen goes basically right here. As you can see, yeah, we need to remove those brackets as well. It's a good idea to always double check your work, so that way you can put everything back the way it's supposed to go. Alright, so right here we are going to remove this bracket. Oh no, I think it's going under here. Another small, 3 more screws. They're like very tiny, star shape, that need to come off. Alright, and now that I'll loosen, and then I'm putting right next to it. I'm making a line basically following this pattern. That way when I put everything back, I know where to go and I don't mix them. Okay, now we remove these two right here. These two right here. Oops, I lost one inside there. Alright, let's see if I can get it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait at the end. It went inside there. We'll continue with this one right here. 3 more small ones. Alright. So in there I'm missing one. can see the difference of sizes is it's crazy. Sometimes people get frustrated because of that, and they just lost another one. Very tiny screws. Found it. It's right here. Alright, so now we remove one more from this end. And this one is longer than the other ones. So we just put them over there right next to those. Now we have to disconnect this one right here, and I almost forgot about this too. See, this one is a different size screw in there. So it's always a good, if you want to do this, get a good set of screws. Sometimes, depending where you get your computer parts, they will send you how you call it. Let's see if I can move over here. They will send you a computer repair toolkit. Okay, so I'm removing this one right here. We have another one right here, and this bracket comes off. We put it right next to the screws, and this one is from the right side, so I'll put it over here, right next to the screws. Alright, so this is how we have it. Now I need to remove these two brackets right here. And there is one more right here. Okay, this little bracket comes off. We put it right next to the screws. Alright, and this is the wireless antenna, so I think we have to also remove this screw, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna disconnect. You gotta be careful with these connectors, because if they break, sometimes the little post underneath comes off if you pull too hard, and if that's the case, you're gonna have to do some soldering, and those components are really tiny, and if you don't have the experience, you end up with a broken device. Alright, so we have one more bracket, little bracket right here. Okay, where's my charger? Alright, so we have this loose. Now we have to remove the wireless. This one should come off very easy with almost no effort at all. So this is how we get it. It's out. What it keeps it down is all the screws around or along the way. So we keep it right next to the screws to know where they was. And now we're gonna have to disconnect the connectors, the screen connectors. As you can see, the other screen, this one we put it just to match it, and this is where they go, right there. Okay. Alright, so now this bracket should be able to come off. What I was keeping it from coming off was the long bracket, the long wireless antenna. So we have those in there. Alright, and we continue with the repair. So now what we're gonna do is just gonna disconnect the LCD connectors. These brackets should come off. We disconnect the other connector right here. Alright, so this is almost done. This connector will come off from here, from under. Now we have to remove this, the hinges. Let's get a different. That's gonna need a bigger one. For this one we have a bigger one. Oh, this one is a little too big. So yeah, the main issue with this one, when you repair Apple products, is that you're gonna need a lot of different sizes of screwdrivers. So you gotta be ready for that. Now, one thing I always recommend, when you have screws like really tight, punch down and then turn, down, turn. That way you don't strip the screws, because if you damage them, there is going to be another problem. So push down, and there we go. Now they're all loose. We organize them. And we are almost there, so we keep those over there, and this one is going to be over here. Just a second. Hello, how? Bueno, ¿qué pasó, mijo? Nada, trabajando. ¿Ya te vas a la escuela o qué? Sí. Árale pues, le echas ganas, te portas bien, con cuidado. Sí. Ah, bye. 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 Alright, so we are back. Like I said, you're gonna need different types of screwdrivers for this one right here. So especially for Apple products. So now we're gonna remove the screws. This one goes in there, and this one is from the left. Alright, and then this is the one screw that I lost in there. So alright, so now what we want to do is just lift the screen up like this, and it should come off. Now the connectors need to come off on there. Let's see. Alright, let me check. Unless this bracket comes off. Okay, so this bracket needs to come off. Lifts. The only thing we need to do is just lift it. So push forward and then peel it up. Like this. And then now to remove the hinges, we do just like this and pull up. So there we go right there. Boom, we have our screen out. This little sensor, you can replace it. I think we should just put it into the new one, because this is the original one. No, I think I'm just gonna leave it that way. So this is the bad screen. Alright, so now let's This one is a little crooked. There we go. Alright, so now let's put our new screen back in place. Now you see this, the hinges are closed and they're really hard to open with one finger. So what you do is just grab a little screw and pull it backwards all the way. Grab the other one, pull it backwards all the way. Now we have our screens, the hinges are open. And now we are going to start the installation. We need to keep this up. And we have that. Now we're going to keep the screen from moving by installing one screw. We're going to put the screw from the metal. And the middle hinge. There we go. And now we grab the other side one, put it on the metal, and for you all watching, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to follow so we can keep doing this. I do computer repairs and cell phone repairs, and if you like doing this, you might find this useful. Check my channel, check my my other videos so you can find them useful, and if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. I do my best to show you this, guys. I do this for a living, but you guys can, I like to share my knowledge because sometimes I know people can't afford it, or if somebody wants to start doing it, why not? You know, we learn by watching. So don't forget to follow. Please follow us, like the page, send us some hearts. Alright, we have that connector in. Now we want to connect this one, make sure it's going into the right place. These connectors sometimes are the hardest to get because you have to match them, and we gotta make sure not to force them, because if you force them you might damage the connectors, and of course it's not going to be good. So don't force anything. There we go. These pieces are meant to go in place, the right place. If they are like the ones you need, they're the one for it. All right. Okay, now we are going to do, I'm ready to test the screen. What do you guys think? All right, let's install the other hinges. Then we want to put a little cover in case if the screen works and it's the right one, we don't have to redo it. Okay, super hard to grab. Alright, so just put the screws in. As you can see right now, this screw is not going straight because I already tightened the other ones, and you have to make sure all of the screws go first before you make them very tight. Because if you put one first, the screen will move, and if it's down to the left or to the side, it's out center, the rest of the screws won't go in. So keep that in mind. One more. Alright, we put all of them down. Don't tie them, make sure they're just going all the way down. There we go. And then now that all of them are almost flat, you can tie them now, because now they are in the right place. The screen is in the center. Alright, so this is what we have so far. I believe these two will let's put this one here. Alright, before we move ahead, we are going to let's put these little brackets. The little brackets go on the side, and then we can test. Hopefully you don't. Alright. Come on, go in there. Let me see. I need something with a better grip, because this one don't want to fit in there. So this one should be the one. Alright, come on. Go in. And always take your time, don't rush things. You are trying to fix this yourself. Trying to do it yourself. Always take your time. If you're tired or if you feel like you need a break, take a break. I do this for a living, so I'm used to. There we go. We have that one, and now we put the other one over here. That's the hinges for the cover. I mean the cover for the hinges. Alright, go in there. Alright, we have that one, and one more. After this one, we are going to test the battery. So alright, these two are in, and let's test. This one was over here. There we go. Let's test the screen to see how. Let me see. Let's have this bigger one. There we go. We install this other bracket. This little bracket needs to go in. Alright, and then now this one right here. So let's be careful. Don't. Alright, let's check our screen. Let's connect the charger. Alright, we can hear and we have a screen. We have the Apple logo right there. As you can see, right there, it's working. So this is how we replaced it. There we go. We have an image, fully image. This one was the broken one. We end up replacing it with a new one. Alright, so we have a good image right there. Now we're gonna shut it down. And continue with the repair. There we go. Now we can close the screen because we got it done. In fact, don't, because we have this protective stuff right here. We need to get rid of it first. We don't want anything, because if we put a little bit of pressure, we're gonna damage the screen. So, all right. We push the power button. I'm gonna shut it down. All right. Oh, it keeps coming back. All right, so we're going to disconnect. Now, what we can do, since these connectors are in, these ones are all in, and the only thing we have to connect is the wireless antenna, we should probably just leave the battery connected, okay? But keeping in mind that we need to be very careful when we do that. So, all right. Now, let's put the wireless antenna. Keep it there. And then now we're gonna connect the wireless antenna as well. All right, so we do that. Let me see if I can get this camera down a little more. All right, so this is what we have over here. Now we're gonna connect the antenna always without forcing it, okay? Make sure it's nice and centered, and then you just go ahead and do it. Once the piece is in place or centered, it shouldn't take that long to go in, because basically you didn't change anything. So that is in. You have these ones right here, these ones right here. Now let's put all the brackets back in place. We want to start with this one right here. Making sure you know where they belong. Be mindful that we still have the battery connected, okay? So remember not to touch any other components. There we go, we have that bracket in. Now we go with this one. There, the other one over here. One more piece in of the puzzle. There we go. Now we have this one in, and that's pretty much what we have so far. Now we're going to put all the screws back in place. Let's start with these ones. These are for the screen connectors. These are the ones that keep the screen or the connectors down. We're almost there. Alright. Hi Evolution, how can I help you? Okay. We do, yes. Repairs can go from $89 and up depending what needs to be done. If you want to bring them in, we'll check them out and we'll give you an estimate. You're very welcome. Thank you. Bye. Alright, there was a customer calling. So we continue with this one right here. Let's so we have this one right here. Always keep track of your screws and everything. If you get distracted or something, you know where it's next or where it goes. In this case, we have this one right here. One. And then don't forget to like and follow, please. Alright, so we have that one. Thank you everyone for the likes. If you haven't, please do. Alright, so we have this one right here. Now we're gonna start with the installation of all the rest of the screws. We only have like 12, maybe like 15 or 20 screws to go, but this one we can tell that it's been a success. The screen is already working. So alright, what is the little one? The blue one. This one is for smaller type. Oops. Alright, when this happens right here, if your screwdriver is not a magnet or magnetized, use a magnet and just like go like this, and that'll get staticky, and that'll grab your screws easier, like this. Or you can always grab a little magnet. I don't have one right here. Just grab one little magnet and stick it in there, and it'll be easier for you to grab those tiny screws. So Okay, see how I'm able to hold the magnet, I mean the screw, a lot easier. Alright, so we have those two. Now I need these two right here. So as you can see, I'm following the pattern of the screws. It's just like a one line. I start from the beginning, and then the last screw will be where it belongs. Alright, this one is a different size. Like that. Right here, we have one more. Okay. There we go. There. These tiny screws are super hard to work with, but can be done. There we go. Now we have a bigger one. For that bracket. And at the end, if you keep a good track of your screws, even though you take 100 screws, you will end up with none of them. I mean, all of them will be in place. So don't be afraid to do this. It's for me it's simple. I've been doing this for 10 years, for more than 10 years, and so it's not bad. All right, so we have 4 more to go. Look at the tiny screws. I don't know if you can even see them. They're super tiny. All right, so we have one more. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to go in. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, you know what? Because I have the wrong size screwdriver. Oh my. There we go. Wow, that was a little hard to do. Alright, so we have 5 more screws to go and we are set. This is gonna be a success of a repair. the screen replacement of this MacBook went well. Like I said, if you are trying to do this by yourself, be careful. And then depending where you get the screens from, they will come with some tools. If not, you want to have to find your own, buy a good set of tools, and you'll be great. So let's check that out. Still we have image, computer still works. This is like a $500 screen, so it's worth repairing. So if you have one screen or laptop or something, send me a message. You can send it to us via mail. We'll fix it for you and then we'll send it back to you. We are located in downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. 10 years, almost 11 years in business. So yeah, 11 years since 2015. Time flies, but we have a lot of experience. We do computer repairs, laptop repairs, and cell phone repairs, Apple watches, speakers, micro soldering, all that kind of all kinds of repairs, data recovery, picture recovery. We're a small business, but with a big knowledge. Alright, so we have no screws left. All the screws are done in place. Everything went well. Computer powers on. It's giving us a picture. It looks funky because we have a protective plastic. When the customer comes, I'll remove it so they can see that the screen was brand new. And that's gonna be it. Let's just find the bottom part. This one right here. Place it. Make sure it's gonna be nice and centered where it belongs. Now these ones have some brackets. The screens have a bracket, so I will recommend you not pushing, otherwise you might break the screen, and there it goes, $500. Just open it. These little tabs need to go in. It looks like it was a bug, a dead bug in there or something. I'm gonna clean it. Just a little dust in there. Alright, so here's like a little tabs right here that need to go in first. So we have it right here. This could up. There we go. We push up. Now that it's nice and centered, just to click, and then now we can put the rest of the screws in place. So like I said, don't push from the screen, otherwise you might break it. So this is what I have for you guys. Thanks for following, thanks for liking the live. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, please. This helps a lot, and we have more repairs for you coming up. So don't forget to follow. Thank you.